Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
That's right. It is the Super Bowl review edition of the NFL Roundtable Talks. And as a man of his word, let me introduce the one, the only, Michael Denton Edwards. How you doing, MDE?
You know what? I'm humbled because I was bold enough to bet against the Nostradamus and Megan, but I did it. I stuck to my word. I stuck to my guns, and I'm paying up. Here I am.
Look, there it is. There's Paul. Paul, before I get to Megan and before we get to the Super Bowl review, I want to say I am thinking about a Saturday evening MLB show, and I would love you to be a part of it. Come during the off season once baseball starts.
Oh, Paul's the man. If you want baseball, Paul's the guy. Good call.
Oh, I'll talk to you, Paul. I'm getting into baseball. So, yeah.
So he goes, oh, so that's what that jagoff looks like.
Hey, Yinzer! Hey, Yinzer, you are my hero. I go to bed at night dreaming I'm like you, and I wake up and I'm a mad Yinzer, and I can go out into the world and be you.
Fantastic. We will talk about that just before the season starts. My email, smokingjeremyb@gmail.com. That's all you need. No numbers, no bullshit. Email me and we'll talk about it.
Sorry, I'm reading comments.
Do we address the queen of the Super Bowl herself?
And then here she is of the 12s, Megan Aussie 12. Go Kroger.
Hello.
There we go. A round of applause for you.
A small round of applause. A small round of applause.
Go ahead. Shout it out.
Look, I've been up for 4 days, not because of the Super Bowl. A friend of mine had an eyeball burst due to a catastrophic dive injury off South Africa on Sunday morning, our time. So I'd been up 4 days, but yes, it was parade day in Seattle, and I really wish I was there. I've got all my friends who were there sending me stuff. But yeah, what a year. From they won't win more than 4 wins all year to we only lost 3 times. My boy Slam and Sammy, I'm so proud of him. What a redemption story. Loved him since USC and so proud. And yes, my Aussie punter, who should have got the MVP, but I wouldn't have been upset if Jason Myers got it. Michael Dixon, who I did know in Sydney. It's just a great time. And of course, our 50th anniversary year was this season as well. So it hasn't sunk in. Like, I've got 67 jerseys, Seahawks jerseys. I've got Charles Cross on today. So, yeah.
And you're adding one more coming up soon, you said.
Yes, I'm getting the black I keep calling him Michael Jackson. Michael Dixon, number 4, the Super Bowl jersey. Yes, very excited. I'm just so proud of Mike Mack. It was his 2nd anniversary of being our head coach last week, I think it was.
So if you
Last
want to
week.
keep up with the Seattle Seahawks news, she is a moderator and occasionally on the program. The Hawks Nest is the channel on YouTube.
Yes.
Hey, I shout
Thank
you out for
vi-
you.
Thank you for visiting, Jeremy. We had thousands in, and Jeremy was one of them on our Super Bowl stream. And Brandon said for me to tell you, when we do Behind Enemy Lines, when we play, he'd love to get in touch with you.
Absolutely. Give him my
we'll-
email. You got the permission.
Yep, I'll
And-
pass it on.
And maybe he could be on my Friday night show when I do my game preview that week too. So that way we can.
I'm sure you could work it out with him, but yeah, he was because he said, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Smoking Jeremy B. He's a Lions fan, but he's the loud one mistake. Oh, I kid. But yeah, no, it's great to see you there, and thank you for coming. And you're welcome anytime.
You know what? I'll give my thoughts later.
Well, this is WVOGS 18, Will Vogel, also known as BCP. Hey, now, I got to tell you this, because he does have that cleft chin. And he came under my wing when we first started.
I thought you were going to say the
Mr.
triple chin, Jeremy,
No,
and I was
that's
going to
me.
say,
That's
Thank
me. I
God
got
I don't have one of those.
Anyways, when he
sorry,
first started,
Sorry, Will.
and Leonard was with us, he nicknamed him BCP, and I was, what is that? He goes, the butt chin Padawan.
And it is suck.
That
It's a
works.
lovable nickname, and I love it.
I was going with Jabba the Hutt, but I'm kidding, Will. I'm
No,
kidding.
that's Leonard.
Oh, my mistake.
No, seeing how he hasn't showed up, I don't think he will. I'll put him in the show for us.
Oh, and Jeremy.
This is our version of Leonard right here, the no thumbs garden gnome.
Okay, garden gnomes are okay. Time out. I got a point of order, Jeremy. Garden gnomes are useful. Leonard is not. What did the gnome do to deserve it?
Because
And
he's
Jeremy?
short. He's
Yeah.
fun
Jeremy,
size.
There's the hawk's nest. So I'm sipping
Love
out
it.
of the big coffee.
I
But
literally
anyway, sorry,
thought,
Will.
So
I literally. Do you want to
I-
recap the Super Bowl, JB? Go ahead. Sorry.
So I have to say, the whole week, everywhere I said it, I gave out a score myself. I said 31-21.
Yes, you did.
Weird.
Yes.
Is how close was that score?
Pretty
Think
damn
about
close.
it, because
Yeah, you weren't too far off it. You weren't too far off it.
I said it would be
10
a double digit. I said it would be a double digit win automatically. I did
I
not
said-
expect 16.
I said 10 to 15 maximum. But what I loved about the win was it was 12 years since our last win. And of course, the number 12, it's right over there. I thought,
And it was revenge for that first Super Bowl that Russell Wilson lost you.
oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
good point. I didn't even.
Not
compute
one
that.
pick thrown by Darnold, the guy they say sees ghosts.
For them
He's
beating
singing.
us.
Hey, his new mantra is "I ain't afraid of no ghosts." And a friend of mine who's a 49ers fan said, "I've got
Oh.
Sam's Halloween costume organized, a Ghostbuster."
So you got Stephen A. Smith's show, who has Ryan Clark, Jameel Hill, and all of those people that are adamantly pushing the agenda about how unathletic the white guys are and propping up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
African American. I wonder if their head exploded seeing Kenneth Walker and Sam Darnold riding all the rides together.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was
I
fun.
remember seeing that and
I'm waiting.
thinking,
There we go. I saw you. I knew you'd be back. You probably had a phone call, right?
no, he's bailing so he doesn't have to put up with me.
So,
find you.
my
No,
thoughts.
no. Hey, y'all, I live in East Tennessee in the mountains of Gatlinburg,
Okay.
like right
Yeah.
next to the Smoky Mountains. So our internet isn't great. And I
So I want
apologize.
to touch on the
live
Super Bowl
stream.
real quick. I
Okay.
thought it was going to be a double-digit win as well. The way it started, I was like, okay, this is going to be a freaking field goal fest. This is going to be boring. But you know what? I'm happy for Njigba, Cooper Kupp, Sam to get rid of those haters. I like Kenneth Walker. That defense is pretty dang scary. Amon Warrior, yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence. Like,
Yeah,
you have to give this team props. This team was resilient, and who knows? I think they could be scary again next year if all goes right.
And you mentioned a key name there, and I gotta say it, DeMarcus Lawrence. Congratulations to you.
We
You got away from the
our boy.
Cowboys, and you won a Super Bowl.
That's not
Yeah.
a great. Hey, well, time out. Cowboys to Seahawks.
I know.
Cowboys are four level
I
to
know.
Seahawks.
I
Oh
know.
no, getting
I know.
away from the Cowboys is he's praising.
I said,
my mistake. My mistake.
yeah, getting away
Yeah.
from the Cowboys and won a Super Bowl. 100%.
Do
It
you
was
think? Sorry,
it
Jeremy.
was
I didn't mean to
almost
cut
fate.
you off.
It was almost fate. I said,
Yep.
God, I wish we'd get them in the
Yeah.
off season. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I wish the Lions would get them. I said, because then we'd stop hearing about Davenport.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Devin poop.
I'll take your bet because the Seahawks are going back to back. We took it in Levi's. We're taking it back to back at SoFi just to really annoy the Rams fans. So
Hey.
that bet's on, brother. Let's go.
Well, if you look at the one that they put out during the Super Bowl, that logo, before they did the aqua stuff the next day and everything else.
Yes.
If you look, it was half Lions blue, half orange.
Yeah, but haven't they?
So
It,
who
it,
would
it,
the
it did
orange
change.
be?
It did change.
Yeah,
It's still
that's what I was
orange,
gonna say.
but it has the Lions blue. It has aqua. It has like 3 different types of blue, and it has a little bit of lime green too. We saw it. So they're saying it could be any one of the blue teams in the NFC. That's what I see, because almost all the orange teams are AFC.
So who are the orange teams? Denver,
Bengals.
Denver,
Broncos,
Bengals,
most
and
likely.
Browns.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Browns got the orange helmet, but the Browns aren't getting there.
Yeah. Okay, because I thought Denver, Bengals. Who's the third?
Cleveland.
Yeah, game on. I'm supposed to be dancing this year, aren't I? Oh, wait. How'd that go for you again? Sorry, Jeremy. The smack talking's happening, and I'm just.
So, other than that, when I looked at that first one, I messaged MDE right away. I was like, look at that. Lions Bengals Super Bowl. That's exactly what I said.
It could happen, but the Seahawks are only going to improve. I'm not saying I would discount that.
But you know what? I'm going to say this now. You are losing a key part of that offense. I want to see what you do at offensive coordinator. It looks like you're going to promote Jacob Pete. And speaking from Lions fans, because what we saw bringing in Morton, who was under Ben Johnson in 2022, that doesn't always work.
No, and people were saying to me, "Oh, Arthur Smith will fit in." Okay,
Arthur Smith already got a new job.
Yeah,
that's what I thought too, Will. And they're like, "Oh, you'll get Smith," and it's like, "No, I believe
if you did, that'd be regressing your offense."
That's what I was saying. It's like, make sense to me.
Arthur Smith hasn't been good since never.
And Packers fans, I love you, but guess what? You just went through the same type of coaching transition that the Lions did this year. You lost an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, secondary coaches on the offense and
they're
defense.
Going to struggle.
You want a link, David? I got you.
And Yinza, Pat's. I'm going to say it, JB, and it might be a hot take, but the Pat's schedule did them no favors getting into the Super Bowl.
I agree. And you know what, Megan? I think if Denver would have played you, it would have been a lot closer.
Yes, 100% will. No argument.
If Bo Nix was healthy, Denver would have been in the Super Bowl, and that game would have been a lot tighter.
Absolutely.
I would have maybe picked Denver personally, but who knows?
Well, and then I would have been paying.
Check your messenger, David Wyatt.
And then I would have been. Then I would have been paying you out too, Will. I would have added you to a very long list. But yeah, I mean, the big thing I found was the Pats fans, and maybe it was just the ones I was talking to, were like, "Oh, we're going to wipe the floor with the Seahawks."
Pats
And
fans
let's
are
welcome
normally
to the stage
overconfident.
Mr. David Wyatt. How you doing,
Thank
David?
you, Jeremy. How are you, man?
Hey, David.
Fantastic. Not
Hello,
going
sweetheart.
political.
How
I'm
are
not
you?
going to
How is
talk about that
Australia?
stupid halftime show because I couldn't understand it, and I don't want to talk about it.
You know, the halftime show. You know what? If you like the music, dude, then just dig on the music. Do you really
Yep.
need to know the winner? Do you really need to understand the
you.
lyrics? Like I loved a band in 2000. A band called Puya came out. Now Puya does like merengue and salsa rhythms and mixes them with heavy metal.
Oh,
Okay,
interesting.
and it's a very interesting mix, and they sing all their lyrics in Spanish.
Wait, can I say something to that comment, JB?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Yenzer, if Stephon Diggs had one, then Philip Rivers had two.
Sean Alexander had 12 from the Seahawks.
Oh my God.
Hey,
No.
So
Tariq,
as far as
Tariq
that
Hill
goes,
had
and I mean,
five more.
if you like,
Yeah,
if you like the
Alexander,
music,
no, sorry, not Sean Alexander, although he has a large family. Kurt Warner,
Oh,
the
wow.
Seahawk, Kurt Warner. Oh dear.
But David,
well,
it's been a minute since you've been on. I appreciate you coming on.
Good to see you, David.
I do have a little bit of an agenda to follow, so we're gonna follow it real quick.
okay, go for it, man. I'm just happy to be
All
here,
right.
bro.
Longest playoff droughts in the NFL. Let's start with the number one. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2010. That is the New York frickin' Jets.
Wow,
I don't see that
went
drought
down.
ending this year.
I don't see that drowning or ending rather the drought anytime in my lifetime. I'm 50, so I'm being generous.
Well, I think it'll end, but
Not for a few years.
New York's just a big mess, dude. It just really is, and I mean,
Okay.
when you have to get the coaching in, like it's been proven in Chicago, like it's been proven in Detroit. You have to get the correct coaching into the building.
Yep. And I don't know if Aaron Glenn is it. I love making this joke, and bear with me as a Lions fan. The best part about AG firing his coaching staff is he got to fire Dre Bly again.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
Because that was his secondary coach. And he fired him here as secondary coach 2 years ago in the 2024 season. Now he fired him again in 2026.
Who's next
You
after Jets, JP?
MDE, what do you think about that? The Jets, do you see them getting in this coming season?
No, I really do think they make a push for Malik Willis. I think that's the next quarterback because with the draft, the way it's set up, they're not going to get Mendoza. Mendoza's going to the Raiders. Everybody knows that. And they're not going to jump down and take a chance. I think the best quarterback in the draft available, other than Mendoza this year, is Nussmeier from LSU. I really do.
Yes.
I'm going to throw a caveat. I think one at the same level of him that came out of a lesser school and then transferred into the SEC, Trinidad Chambliss.
Well, if he doesn't, but he's going to win his court case and he's going to get a 6
year. He already lost it.
He lost it.
Was that? Oh, did that?
He already had.
I did not.
He already had 6 years of eligibility.
So I would take Chambliss.
But I was reading about a guy that's going to get his 9th year of collegiate eligibility, man.
But that's a different story there.
Oh,
because
wow.
The way Chambliss played in the college football playoffs and commanded that offense, he showed NFL readiness like we haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, Mendoza had it, but he had tools around him. If you look at Chambliss and all the chaos of Ole Miss went through when they lost their coach, when Kiffin left the way he did, that guy's an NFL quarterback. And you're right. If the Jets draft him, yeah, I could see that. But they're still not a playoff team with just a quarterback.
No.
They need
They need so much. Yeah.
They need good assistant coaches with AG. We saw that Steve Wilkes, there must have been a miscommunication between them. And you also saw that going with a rookie OC when you're a defensive-minded coach is a huge Huge
Never
mistake.
works.
It was. I think AG, he really thought that defense was going to be something special and enough to carry them. But you know what? He just didn't have it. He didn't. And I believe in him as a coordinator, not as a head coach.
Yeah,
Aaron
I'll
Glenn,
say
yeah,
that.
you know, but see, you know,
Uh-oh.
and I think there's a
Okay.
there. I
James
think
Yo,
is
we
there's
just-
building.
Dad.
There goes your therapist.
Well, there
I
goes
think
my
there's
neck. Forget the therapist. My neck just went out.
I think there's some guys that just aren't head coach material, dude. No matter how many
You know,
times they
he has
get
that.
shots at it, and
He ha-
some guys just aren't cut for it.
Yep, he has the mentality player-wise. He gets along great with his players. He'd probably be a great motivator of men if he would scale back, trying to take control of things like he does, because he's used to being in control. If he would scale back and just control what he can, be the field general like he was taught by Dan Campbell, be a guy that motivates people, be a guy that disciplines them when they need it, but let the coordinators do their job. If he can learn that, he has a chance to be successful.
Who's next after the Jets, JB?
It is the Atlanta fail cans. And yes, I've called them that since 2016. How can you have a
Falcons, come
25
on, man.
point
Oh yeah,
lead?
you know what? I keep on thinking Cleveland, but dude, Cleveland wasn't
No,
there.
Cleveland got it
Cleveland was
with
there. Cleveland was there not too long ago with Kevin Stefanski. One of the years that Kevin Stefanski coincidentally was coach of the year.
Yep.
You know.
All I have to say is I hope Atlanta doesn't make it for another few years because you know what.
Oh, he's gonna turn that around real fast, dude.
I
Oh,
think
he
it's going to be
will.
2 years. I think it'll be 2 years. I don't think they'll get in this year.
I think it'll be 2 years, but they're, if they can, if Peanuts can, if Peanut it can not injure an ACL, or an MCL. I mean,
Or
he's
an
got a
Achilles.
couple of healthy PCLs, but let's not say anything or knock
No,
on wood. Because the boy needs his PCLs, dude. If he tears those, then the career is pretty much over.
I agree with JB. As much as I hate the Falcons, I think it's a 2-year project.
Yeah,
I got him at 3. I got him at 3.
You got it at 3? Okay. I think too, because our second year, if you look at it, because they're in the NFC South, our second year we went from 3-13-1 to 9-8. 9-8 would have won the South that year.
You know,
I say
9-8 wins the South just about every year.
I say 3, but then look at what we did in 2 years with the right coach, the right schemes, and the right players. So I say 3 max.
Okay, I
say 3 max.
MD,
Could be 2.
say that one out loud because I love it.
Cleveland's better off joining the UFL. I mean, their roster is probably about the 6th out of 10th place team there. They can play the Battlehawks and they can play the who all spring long. But until their front office gets a clue, they don't have a chance. How are you going to draft Shaduki Sanders, put him as your third-string quarterback? Dylan Gabriel couldn't throw a ball 8 yards if his life depended on it. And then you bring in Sanders. Oh, he's great. He's great. What did he do? He threw
hang on.
negative quarterback rating.
Dude, he played in the Pro Bowl.
It's 8 yards.
Played it the prophylactic bowl. I could have played in the prophylactic bowl if somebody would have given me the chance.
Dude.
I was going to say it's 8.
Okay,
he
wait.
throws.
So the only reason he made the Pro Bowl is Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence said, "I'm not going."
And
that's
true. And you know what? That's the problem with the Pro Bowl, dude. It can't be the week before the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
It's got to be 2 weeks after the Super Bowl.
You
know what?
One of two things. I'm going to give you one of two things. You either move it back to where it's the week after, or when we go to the 18-week season, which is a 19-week season technically with the buys. It's going to
The
end up being
19-week
20.
season.
It's going to end up being 20. You want to know why? Because they're going to have to do 2 bye weeks. Think
Yep.
about it. You're going to have to do
Yep.
2 bye weeks per team. You make
Yep.
one a standard week 9 trade deadline bye week where everybody gets the bye week on the trade deadline, and you make that the Pro Bowl week.
I was just gonna
Wow.
say to Michael, it's 8-yard throwing with a gale force tornado behind him if he's lucky.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah, that's
Yep.
funny.
And you do 2 buys. You got the rotating buy for every team, and then that one in the middle at the trade deadline that every team has. So the week before week 9, nobody gets a buy. The week after that week 9 buy, nobody gets a buy. You know what I'm saying? That way there's a game before and a game after. You got a 16-game season right there.
oh
The
yeah,
week
yeah,
is
yeah.
right there. And then they
Oh,
all get
yeah,
that week
okay.
off, and the only people who play are the ones in the prophylactic bowl.
Yeah.
Well, no,
okay.
see,
If you're gonna leave it as flag football, put it in the middle of the season.
But hang on, is that with the schedule with the number of games as it stands? With the 17 or 18, whatever the
They're
effort's
talking
going to
about
be?
increasing it to an 18-game season, which means there's
When?
only going to be 2 by 2030.
Okay.
That's
I
the
had
next
heard
CBA.
it was
You know,
going to be extended. I thought
well,
it was 2035 or something.
and the salary cap will jump. That's why like, you know, there's a lot of talk about, you know, saying there's a lot of people. I don't know where they get these numbers from, but there's people that think that we're gonna pay Caleb like 70 or 75 million a year when his contract comes up, and it's like, no, dude, there's the quarterback market's not even gonna be there.
I think it's going
Not
to be
gonna be
capped
a
at.
$70
I think
million.
the most anybody's going to get paid is what you just saw happen with Dak Prescott.
Right.
Nobody's
You
getting
know,
more
if
than
it's
60.
no
Nobody.
one's getting sick. No one's getting more than 60. No one's in. You know what? 60's too fucking high.
Right. I mean,
60's too high.
you
know,
if you look at the way that a lot of the teams that are good with the cap have done these big contracts, it's been low the first 2 years, a balloon payment. They restructure that down to make it normal and extend it out. And then everybody's only making like 44 million a year. That's what ends up happening.
Well, you look at like Patrick Mahomes' contract. It was 12 years, $475 million. 12 years, $425 million originally. They've restructured that contract like 4 fucking times, dude.
Right.
And they can do that because they're not leaving the boundaries of the original contract.
Right. All they're doing is extending it out a couple of years and making it average out to a better number. Is all they're doing. He's still getting his money.
Yes, and that's why like I seen another where another post was like, oh, they're gonna give Caleb a 10-year, $670 million deal, and I'm like, no, they're not. But if you think about it, it actually makes sense, dude. Yeah, 670 million it's a big number when you're looking at it, and you spread it out even at 10 years. That's a huge number. It's 67 million. But if you pare it down and you backload it, suddenly it's like what, $20 million, $25 million a year for your
and those GMs. Ours is a prime example of it. John Schneider.
Okay, and then the next 2 teams that haven't been in the playoffs for 5 years. It's a tie.
We got off you.
Yep, it's a tie. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't think the Raiders' offense is still getting
the Raiders are just
pieces,
the Raiders are,
and the Saints. Yeah, like show.
Think about that for a second. The last time that they were in the playoffs, the starting quarterback for the Saints was Breeze's last year, who got hurt, and it was Teddy Bridgewater in the playoff. And it was Derek Carr for the Raiders. It was Derek Carr for the Raiders. And then the next year he gets traded to New Orleans, and neither of them have made the playoffs since.
Did you guys hear Derek Carr is contemplating coming back?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll believe that when it happens.
You know what? You know who would take him right now? I'll name the team. The Minnesota Vikings, because it would be better than 9.
Absolutely. That is
Oh, hell
perfect.
yeah.
Dude,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah,
I
good
still
point. Good point.
I still can't figure out what anybody in Minnesota. I'm sorry, you know, and I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, you didn't give the kid a chance." Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And first off, the kid proved that he can't stay healthy.
You know,
The kid proved he should be living in a bubble
and
with
that was
bubble wrap around
pre.
him.
This was pre the Reggie Jackson first $1 million player deal. And yes, Al Kaline was exactly right back then. Did you know what the difference was? A ticket was still $5 to go to a game.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
the difference, man.
So,
You know,
so that's the
like
difference. You know,
baseball.
now look at it. Those tickets that we had, Dad, on October 2nd in 2022 to go watch the Seahawks kick our ass on that horrible time clock call by the ref.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that's what, because we had you stop dead to rights, and they said, "Oh, it's a time clock malfunction." They get another shot, and then Kenneth Walker runs.
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I remember that, Joe. Yeah, I remember that.
And we lost by 4 points. But anyways,
Yeah.
that ticket then was $202. This season coming up, that exact same ticket, 10 rows back in the third balcony, the nosebleeds of Ford Field, is $275 plus fees in taxes.
When I was in Seattle in 22, my best friend and I went to see the Cardinals game. We were in the southern end zone, 4 rows from ground level behind the sticks under the flag. It was 336 Australian for each ticket, whatever that works
Jesus
to.
Christ.
And
Which then it was
that,
close to $700 here at the time.
yeah. But because I'd been in the States a month before for 2 months, it cost me that trip with tickets to see USC, you know, all the things, was 75,496 Australian dollars for 2
Jeez.
months.
Right.
Right.
And I was not living large, like, you know, in 5-star hotels or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, to be there to give my brother a 3 a.m. wake up call to tell him his team lost. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm going to pay.
I'm saying that he traded for him and gave him that money. Reggie Jackson was the first free agent player to get that $1 million contract, if I remember right.
Yeah.
That's from George Steinbrenner.
That sounds right.
Yeah. But Reggie deserved it.
Oh yeah.
Reggie deserved it.
So what we got next, JB?
Come every October, Reggie was worth it.
Yeah.
100%. And then some.
Okay. Out of the 10 new coaches that have been hired, who do you think went into the best situation and has the best chance to take their team from the slums to good? We'll start with you, MDE. Who do you got?
You know, I think the best situation out there has got to be either Buffalo or Baltimore, only because of the core of their team. When you have a quarterback of the skill that they have, you can work with that. And listen, Harbaugh leaving Baltimore.
And welcome
Baltimore
to the stage.
should have never got rid of him. Okay.
DJ Dog Ties, the unbiased journalist, Jamie Malloy, who writes in a fan of the Bills.
Good to see ya.
Hey, Jamie.
So
I'll say Buffalo or Baltimore, and I'll throw it out to everybody else.
Okay, Megan, who do you got?
Baltimore.
You say Baltimore?
David? Baltimore by a good way. Yep.
I believe if he can get the right offensive coordinator into the job, I think Robert Saleh in Tennessee has a good shot.
Yes, because he grabbed Brian Dable. That's his offensive coordinator.
Love
and
that.
He's got Cam Ward.
Yep.
Man.
I'm not convinced about Salah, but I am happy to be proven wrong.
Well,
if you look, he never had the. I'm going to say this right now. If you look at what he had at the Giants or at the Jets for coordinators, he didn't have but a defensive coordinator, and he already was a great defensive coordinator. So that made that defense even better. The offensive coordinator job was a revolving door of bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, I like Salah, for Tennessee. I just need to be convinced. That's all. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just prove.
He did it right this time. He didn't go defensive-minded coach. He went with rookie offensive coordinators the first time. Now he's got an established offensive-minded coach with him, a guy that was a head coach and failed.
And he can run his defense. He can be like the guy that sits like Ben Johnson, like Sean McVay in San Francisco and Chicago, where they call the plays. Robert Saleh could actually sit there, call the plays, and have Brian Daboll and sit and go to Brian Daboll and go, Brian, you're calling the offense, dude.
Right. That's what he's gonna do.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see.
Will, what do you think?
I'm not saying they're going to win the division per se, but I think they could fight for second. I say the New York Giants.
I don't mind that pick either.
Because you got a good young defense with Abdul Carter, Brian Burns.
Yeah.
You got Lawrence, and then you got Dart if he can stay healthy, and you got Scatterbo, and then you got Neighbors. You just need another solid receiver, and that offense could be pretty solid.
I actually did say Chicago and Patriots last year. But I thought Chicago was going to be out of the basement. I said this on this very show.
Yes,
I
I did.
remember you saying it.
I actually said they could be as good as second place. What I did not expect was our first place schedule against the three first teams we had, that we'd go 1-2 while they went 2-1 versus their fourth place team outside of the divisions that we played. And if you look at it, the two that they beat by 3 points total combined. Am I lying, David?
You're not lying. I heard you say it.
What's the question, dude?
I said when Chicago last year, I said they were at least going to be second place in this division.
Yeah. Well,
last year.
I thought I was one of the people that was in seven wins on the outside. Things go right, 10, maybe 11.
I literally said 7 wins was their floor last year. Megan was there. I said I can see them getting 7 to 10 wins.
Yep.
I said 7 to 10 wins.
You said, sorry, David. You said what I said for the Seahawks this year: 7 to 10 max, maybe one and done in the playoffs. You said it. I was there. I remember you saying it clearly. Yeah.
Wow. So can I really quick? Paul said something about last year. Last year, I would have said New England, because I believe when you change the culture of a team, you have a chance to do great things. And Vrabel is the kind of coach that went in there and did that. Look at the kind of coaches that are going in right now. Some of them are unknown, some of them don't. But when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, that's an automatic chance to go to the next level.
Yep, and I said the same thing.
And
I said that about the past.
But Lamar hasn't. I love Lamar. I've got his bobblehead there. He hasn't gone to the next level. I don't know if he's stalling. There's the potential there. Yeah, agree.
There's no stalling. I think we've seen Lamar Jackson's ceiling, and it was a couple of years ago.
Possibly.
It was a couple of years ago when he threw for like 38 or 3,900. He had 42 touchdowns against 4 interceptions, and he had another 1,100 yards rushing. I'm sorry, dude. It's 5,000 yards of production, 40 some odd touchdowns through the air. I forget how many he had on the ground.
Yeah, dude, he had 13 on the ground. He had 13 on the ground in the 1,100 yards. He had 42 through the air, and he had under 7 picks, if I remember right. I think it was like
42 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Right.
Okay, you're not doing better than that. You're not doing better than that. It's not possible.
Which one of these new coaching hires do you think is going to be successful for you?
Which one of these?
The new hires.
The 10 new.
Who's going to be the most successful this season right off the rip?
Hey, when you got 17 as your quarterback, Joe Brady. Look, I'll tell you something though. Everybody everybody talks about like, oh, I like Sean McDermott and I like defense and everything, and I'll tell you something. Everybody talks about Josh Allen not getting it done in the playoffs. Well,
the defense didn't either.
right.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's not his fault that Sean McDermott's defenses were giving up 30 points every playoff.
It's almost as bad. Wait, and let me finish here, David. I got one for you.
Jeremy.
It's almost as bad as everybody blaming the loss versus the Patriots when the Rams played them on Jared Goff. When you watch that game, if you actually watch it, he threw 3 passes into guys' hands in the end zone that was dropped. One by Josh Reynolds, one by Brandon Cooks, and one by the tight end Everett. He also had another one where Brandon Cooks had 15 yards of separation, flew the top off of the safety zone of Patriots, and dropped one with nobody within 15 yards of him. So that's probably four touchdowns off the board. Blaming Jared Goff for that loss is about as much sense as wiping your ass and then taking a shit.
You know, it's akin to, you know, the whole Buffalo situation is kind of akin to the Baltimore situation. Have we seen the best Josh Allen? I mean, how much more Josh Allen is there to unlock, dude? I mean, we've seen Josh Allen, 4,000 yards passing, the team's leading rusher. You know, seriously, you know, and a lot of these guys, I think a lot of people forget, you know, a lot of people like to say, oh, well, you blame it on the quarterback, and then they say, oh, it's a team sport. You know, no, what it is, and this is quite simple. If you have a good defense behind you and you're a halfway decent quarterback, you jack yourself up because you have a defense behind you. Suddenly, oh, you're an above average QB.
Take Megan Seahawks, for example, Sam Darnold.
Yes,
yep.
Sam Darnold.
Amen.
And
he finally had an offensive line and a defense and a running game. He had all 3 aspects of that. And I'm sorry, I'm probably going to piss Megan off.
No, it wouldn't be the first time, darling. Won't be the last. Come on.
Jason Myers should have been the MVP of that fucking game.
I agree. I mean, look, I love K9. I love K9, but I'm with you. Or, as I said, my boy from Sydney, Michael Dixon, for those punts.
Yep. Michael Dixon for the punt, flipping the field.
The Australian punters, man, they know how to coffin corner. I love that.
Yeah, he's got
I asked this to check his family tree if he was related to Jack Fox. He had so many coffin corners in that game.
Jamie, you weren't here when I said I actually knew Michael Dixon for a few years when he was playing AFL for the academy in Sydney. So I'm very proud. Very proud.
So on top of that, you know, I personally feel like it's either going to be John Harbaugh or it's going to be Joe Brady. And I say that because we don't know how good the Buffalo Bills defense will be with good coaching, because I don't think they have been coached properly. They have talent on that roster. They have had injuries. I think it's more about the coaching on the defensive side of the ball, because Sean McDermott was a defensive coach, and I think he put his hand into it way too many times, overriding his own defensive coordinator.
He just wanted to nickel and dime his way, and that's not going to work. But luckily, we brought in Jim Leonard, and even though he's a 3-4 guy, he's more of an aggressive, you know, bring pressure, and they're not. And like I said, they're not going to nickel and dime as much. And that, like I said, I'm not worried about, you know, what's going to happen in their first year in the regular season. I think the defense is going to come together. I judge if he can run that scheme in the playoffs, and it helps them, you know, with if they blitz a lot during the playoffs and they don't nickel and dime, that's what's going to help. The scheme is going to be better too.
Right. Who so far has been like your oh wow moment as far as coordinators that have been hired by a team? Who was your oh wow? Go ahead, MDE. Go ahead.
Pet Sing, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Lions fan, because I didn't see that coming. For Holmes and Campbell to get somebody that fit what we already have
Mhm.
and to bring him into the culture. And he just has that look. I'm sorry, maybe it's because he's bald. What's up?
Oh, good
Maybe,
God.
right?
Whoa, whoa.
Right? Maybe it's because he's got that Dr. Evil Megamind look. The guy just feels like he's the right fit for what we have. And look, I want Kafka to be with him. I want
Is that
Megamind.
you,
I want
JB?
Dr. Evil
That was
to
me.
do the Wonder Twins. Let's go. That's the best all offensive coordinator hire right now.
And you know
And
why? Because he reminds you of another Ben Johnson type, young and thing like that.
you know
If
what?
you-
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you look,
I'll take
if you
it.
look at what they say he does,
Yeah,
and
Jamie.
what he did when he had a healthy running back in Arizona, 12 and 13 man personnel. That was the bread and butter of Ben Johnson's offense when he was here. Pre-snap motion. We didn't see it hardly at all the first 9 weeks. We saw it like maybe on 3 plays here and there. Patty Grimes,
Yeah.
yes,
Who's that?
Megamind. And then there was one other one that I thought was the oh wow. When we brought in Mike Kafka,
That's
the
who
other
I was
one-
gonna say. That's
the
who I was
reason
saying.
why-
Yeah.
and it's not because he was such a great OC over there with the Giants. He did a good job getting that offense rolling once Brian Dable was out. Because look at what they did to us. How many yards that Jameis Winston put up against us, and we had to go
Jameis
to
Winston.
overtime.
Can I
Famous
ask you-
Jameis looked like he did in college when he wasn't throwing picks every other play.
I have a question for just JB on this. JB, I saw that Panthers hired Daryl Bevel. I don't know much about him. Can you tell me about him?
Daryl Bevel was a good offensive coordinator that was handicapped because Matt Patricia refused to let any of his offensive coordinators when he was here have any creativity. He literally, when we had Jim Bob Cooter, if you remember the last year with Jim Caldwell, we had one of the most electric offenses there was out there, and that was without Calvin Johnson in 2018. And the first
Yeah,
year he's
I
here in
remember.
2019,
Just one second.
we had the most vanilla play calling ever. And when he did his exit interview, when he was asked by somebody, he goes, "Well, Patricia told me to tone it down, that it was too electric for him to handle."
What did he mean by electric, though? Like, what does that even mean?
That his brain couldn't process a complex offense. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
You know,
Yeah,
he was
basically.
the Seahawks offensive coordinator for Pete Carroll, right, Megan? I
Yep.
don't know if you knew that. Daryl
What
Bevel.
was his name? Sorry, what was his
Bevel.
Daryl
name?
Bevel.
Oh, yeah. That's
AKA
why I'm thinking.
AKA
Like,
Yeah,
Mister, I'm
Daryl-
gonna throw it on the 1 yard line instead of give it to Marshawn Lynch.
Daryl
Don't
Bevel
Yeah,
remember.
was
sorry,
a good
I-
coordinator that got
That's disgusting.
screwed. Daryl Bevel was a great coordinator that
What the heck?
wherever he went, and I guess it was Detroit, and he got I don't know, because before he got to Detroit, people were talking next head coach kind of shit,
Yes.
and then whatever happened, you know. I mean,
Go
So-
ahead, JP.
I think that what's going to happen with Kafka is he's going to end up being our passing game coordinator since we don't have one right now. Mark Brunello was
would he work in that, though? I'm just trying to
Yes.
He signed as an offensive assistant. He used to
Ah,
be,
right.
and
Yeah.
and he was the quarterbacks coach for Pat Mahomes his first 5 years in the league.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
Ah,
off of the
okay.
Andy Reid coaching
Okay.
tree.
hey Jeremy, did you hear that the Packers hired Luke Getsy to be their quarterbacks coach?
Yeah, well, that's because they lost both of them this year.
Dude, Luke Getsy. Oh, dude.
A backup
Go to the
quarterback.
Packers.
Luke
Go to
Getsy.
the Packers.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
just merely
feel
suggesting that the
You know what's
seriously
funny?
feel sorry.
Hey, Jeremy, you know what's funny? I know some old school Packer fans, guys from that were Packer fans in the 70s when the Packers were dog shit,
Mhm.
and they've actually said, dude, what's happening right now reminds them a lot of what happened in the 70s. they'd have great defense and shit offense, or they'd have great offense and shit defense. And that's what's happening now. I think policy made an absolute mistake extending LaFleur and Gutekunst. I think it was a bad move for somebody that says, "Oh, I want to go to Super Bowls or compete for Super Bowls yearly." You just signed two people that have led you to nowhere consistently for 5 years now.
Yep. And I liked what they were doing with their personnel last year, with policy taking over as the president of football operations. I liked the moves they were making. All of a sudden, they were trading for people. They were making moves. But look at Rashawn Gary. As soon as Parsons got used to being himself again before the injury, Gary disappeared 2 weeks before
Yep.
Parsons got hurt. And then
Yep.
once Parsons got hurt, he was a no-show even in tackles for loss.
Dude,
He-
dude, go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying, he fell apart, and I don't think they're going to re-sign him. And I don't
No,
think
it was-
anybody should. I don't think anybody should pick him up in the North, even though he knows that defense. Because guess what? He's going to be like Marcus Davenport.
It's when they were playing us at the end of the season, everybody's like, "Oh, well, Rashawn Gary's going to have a great game," and it's like, dude, Rashawn Gary hasn't had a quarterback sack since Halloween.
Right. And it's funny you mentioned Halloween.
How is he
right?
going to be? How is he going to be anything, any kind of a threat at all? I laughed at people. I was like, dude, he's not even going to touch Caleb. He's not going to touch him, dude. Who touches him, dude?
Okay.
We faced Max Crosby. He never touched him. We faced Myles Garrett. He never touched him. We faced Micah Parsons. He never touched him.
Who was the only defensive end that hit Caleb Williams 3 times this season?
I don't know. I don't know that it was Hutchinson.
Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson. Once in the first game, twice in the last game.
Yep.
You know.
Anyway, JB.
Say what you want. Say what you want about Aiden Hutchinson. He finished with more sacks than Gary that played all year. He was second in sacks, I think. He passed Nick Bonito.
What's funny was Montez Sweat had 10 sacks this year, dude.
He had less sacks than AQM.
Dude, and I'm sorry, Green Bay, they kind of hamstrung themselves like we did when we traded for Mac. Because now they have no guys for 2 years. They have no first-round draft picks for 2 years.
Right.
Now, Green Bay people can say, "Oh, well, that ain't going to matter because Goot doesn't draft well in the first round." Well, now Goot doesn't have to draft well in the first round, does he?
Yeah.
Because he no longer has that option. And there's Green Bay people that, they'll trade back in. With who?
And
Who wants your second-round picks?
And the wow hire for me that I thought was bad, Frank Wright as an offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Yeah, that was
that's
weird.
a great move. That's a great move.
That absolutely blew my mind. It's like
that is a
maybe if I
fantastic move, dude.
It's brilliant, but it was, for me, it was so unexpected.
And then the other oh wow in the bad way, Nathaniel Hackett to be the offensive coordinator of the Cardinals.
God,
he has a previous relationship with Mike LaFleur. That's why.
You know what?
I know.
Terrible.
Hang on, time out, Jamie.
Hey,
His old man had a relationship with Pete Carroll at USC. Look into how that ended up. I'm just saying.
Hey, Jeremy.
Mike LaFleur just worked under Sean McVay. So
okay.
It's my other low key bad move, dude. John Harbaugh hiring Matt Nagy to be the OC.
Yes.
I mean, come on, dude.
I mean, he just hired the Tecmo Bowl playbook.
For as
You
much,
said he hired
for,
Nagy because of his head coaching experience. That's
for,
why
for
he
as,
hired
I
him.
oh my
know.
God, for as much as John Harbaugh was an absolute brilliant hire for the New York Giants, him naming Matt Nagy OC is an absolute blunder on a catastrophic list of
Not
blunders.
everything he did at Kansas City was his fault, though. That team was
Yeah,
falling
Dude,
apart
oh
at
my
Kansas.
God.
David, I want to ask you something.
Go
Where
ahead.
did us Lions fans hear the fact that Matt Nagy has a Tecmo Bowl playbook? What fan base started it? It wasn't us.
No, I don't know.
It was your fan base. It was
Wasn't
your
well,
fan base. There were the Bears.
Oh,
They were like,
I wouldn't
Chicago.
doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Our fan base, I'm sorry. I love our fan base, but sometimes our fan base are like the biggest brainless adults on the fucking planet. I mean, there's still people that are calling for the Tyson Badgett to start, for Christ's sake.
he sat there. They said this was his playbook. He had the slant. He had sweep left, sweep right, halfback dive, and the bomb. And if
And he
any of them
and
failed, the game was over.
And the funny thing about Matt Nagy, after he went 12-4, you know, that season, he went into that offseason and he did all the stuff. He did the quarterback exit meeting, the whole we'll plan for next year. After his second year, he didn't do any of that.
Right.
He
Being an
just told
offensive
that.
coordinator is different
He
than
said
being a head
he
coach.
he
It's
said
not
he
about what
said
you do as a head coach, it's what you do as an OC. That's
he
the difference.
said you know what?
Oh, Paul, I'm sorry.
You know what? This is my offense. This is my offense. It's easy enough and it should work for everybody. And
That's okay.
sorry,
I'm being a jerk.
it's
Sorry.
not. And once you get used to the fact that he's gonna do these play calls so often,
Wow,
and
Megan.
the thing, God, God, thank you that you have John Harbaugh for second half adjustments because Matt Nagy was one of the worst coaches at second half adjustments on the face of the
Yes.
dude. I'm sorry, him and Matt Eberflus were fucking terrible.
Oh my
Absolutely
God.
no second half adjustments. That's the one thing that I loved about Ben Johnson this year
That's
is whatever we did in the first half, dude, come the second half, it was a different story because somehow they fucking figured it out
that's the
and it was
comment of the
it was
night,
fucking
Jimmy.
over. And
I know.
yeah, but
But hey, David, I appreciate you. Because you haven't sugarcoated anything about what was bad with Chicago.
no, dude, no, and I won't. And that was the funny thing. A couple of years ago when you could do lives, within Facebook and you could have people on your live and everything. Dude, I would routinely, and this was when the Bears were bad. I was just like, you know what? The Bears looked like shit. I went on one night after a Bears loss. I think we lost to the Chargers. And it was terrible because we should have won. We were up by like 14 and lost by like 8 or some bullshit. And I went on a live directly afterward from a bar I was at, and I just let the Bears have it, dude. I let it go, and people were like, "Dude, oh my God, you call yourself a Bear? How can you say that? You say you're a Bears fan. How can you say that?" It's just like it's because I'm a Bears fan that I can say this.
Yep. I say it as a 12 fan or as a 12, and the 12s tear me apart. And it's like, you look at the rose-colored glasses. I'll look realistically. Sorry,
So
Jim.
I hope this year you guys draft a left tackle who has longer arms than a T-Rex. That's all I got to say, Paul.
8 and 9
Oh, I was gonna say,
with a first place schedule for the Pats next year.
Yeah.
yikes,
8 and
I
9,
just
and they're
don't-
going to miss the playoffs.
I think they'll make
God,
the
that's right.
playoffs.
You guys got Will Campbell, dude.
No,
You guys
actually,
got
the
Will-
last two Super Bowl runners up have missed the playoffs the following year.
So what are you
San Francisco
implying?
and
Okay,
Kansas
just a
City.
second. Will has to head out. Go ahead and shout out your channel again, Will.
Take care, Will.
WBogs18. I do comics and other stuff, but I'm here on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Take care,
You
Will.
ever want
All
to
right.
invite me into anything, man? Just drop me a link, brother.
Okay, I'll think
All
about it.
right, man.
Take care, Will.
Yep.
Okay, now, here's one. here's one that, because it's the super early NFL prediction season. Who's your super early favorite for MVP?
My super early favorite for MVP is probably going to be Matt Stafford again.
The betting odds have Josh Allen as the favorite.
Yeah,
That's where I was at.
but Jamie, they had Allen before Stafford this year too. Maybe 1 year. So
I'm just saying, with you look with everything the Rams have, Puka, Devontae Adams, he's still in another season. They got the good tight ends. They've got a good offensive line. They've got that great defense. As long as Stafford doesn't do the Stafford things to lose the division at the end of the season, he'd have won it in a landslide instead of it being as close as it was with Drake May.
how close was it between Stafford and May? There was
One vote.
one? Yeah,
One
that's
vote.
what I heard. Yeah.
Was it really? And you know what's funny? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All the awards shouldn't be voted on till after the season is done.
Well, they don't.
Because
They are.
No, they had to be voted on and everything until after the Super Bowl.
Oh, they
No,
won't do that.
No. It's
everything-
it's regular
everything-
season.
Everything
regular
should
season
wait
only.
till everything should wait till after the Super Bowl because the playoffs should factor in. Now,
Well, they
and
changed it now.
I say this because I'm sorry, Drake May looked like absolute shit the entire playoff run.
Oh, yes, he did. But here's the
He
thing,
did.
He was carried by his team the entire playoff run.
David, the reason why Drake May lost was the playoff run. They do not vote it to the last week, the week of the Pro Bowl, when they have the award ceremony. It's voted in the last week after the conference championship. Just a second. No, it's not too late. I'm still talking. I don't care, Nick. I'll get you in just a second.
Nick.
Now, is this your show, Jeremy, or is this ran
This
through?
is my show. That's why I'm in the middle.
Oh, that's why you get. Well, that's why you get to run overtime too, dude, because it's your show.
Right. There's nobody on after me, so they don't care how long I go.
Well, see, there you go, man. And I've seen a lot of people. I've seen quite a few analysts say Caleb has a shot at MVP next year.
If he fixes his accuracy more than anything. If you look, he had all the good numbers. He had a good touchdown to interception ratio. What hurt him was the 58% completion percentage.
If he can get to 63 to 65 in that area, because I don't think that he needs to get to 70. I really don't. I think 70 is a nice number. How many quarterbacks hit 70 fucking % last year? 2?
Yep, 2, and
3?
one of them was Goff.
One of them was Goff. One of them was May. I don't know who the third was.
Nick.
But
Hi.
How are you, Nick?
Good to see you.
Hello.
Nick,
Congratulations
hey, brother,
on your
hey, congratulations. I'm glad your niece is home, right?
Yes.
She's back home?
Yep.
My brother. Good job, brother.
Hey, Nick, how you doing? I'm Jamie.
Sorry,
Is that you, Michael?
Wait. She's trying to ask something. Let her ask the question, please.
Sorry, Nick, you said something about the Seahawks I didn't quite hear because
Congratulations on it.
Thank you.
Congratulated the Seattle fan from Australia.
I'm trying to listen, but there's a lot of crosstalk, and I've been awake for 4 days straight. So,
you're riding the Super Bowl high still.
If Caleb can get the 5 to 7 yard passes down, it's over with, dude.
Yep.
It's over with because he has one of the strongest arms in football.
He's got a great deep ball. But here's the crazy thing.
Go ahead, dude.
Here's the crazy thing about the crazy thing about last year with the deep ball. We always hear that Jared Goff doesn't have a deep ball. Do you realize the last 3 seasons he's had the second best completion percentage on yards over 25, passes over 25 yards? 3 years in a row. 1 year it was Pat Mahomes that beat him. 1 year it was Tom Brady. And last year, I believe it was Allen.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was. Yeah.
So, I'm tired of hearing this, noodle arm Goff, he can't throw the ball 20 yards down the field.
Oh, please.
Now here's my favorite fun one. The touchdown pass that Caleb threw to DJ Moore that was over his shoulder that he beat Keyshawn Nixon with.
Mm-hmm.
That pass was thrown into a 20-mile-per-hour headwind.
Right. I know.
Did you see that football waver off the spiral at all?
No. Any more than it does with anybody else in that type of wind. I don't. If you actually watch, everybody thinks it's a perfect spiral. If you slow it down frame by frame, it isn't. Every ball has a little wobble like this. Why? Because they're not perfect. They're oval.
Yeah.
So there is a slight wobble, but it didn't go off target. It did, and I get it.
No, I really, there's so many people that want to, diss the Bears for losing in the playoffs. You know what? For all those people, I can only say I cannot wait till next year. I cannot wait to see Caleb and Ben Johnson in year 2.
David,
it's going to be deadly.
David, I have spent the years saying that about the Seahawks. Oh, we won't make the Super Bowl. Okay, maybe not. We won't make the playoffs. We're gonna win 4. We're gonna win 3 maximum. No, you losers. Yeah. We lost 3 maximum. Yeah, I'm with you, David. Greatest words in the English. Well, Mike Mack's great quote. We did not care. And my personal favorite quote in the English language is, "We told you so."
Yeah, right.
Right. I hear that, David. I hear it.
The New England Frog Triots.
So the last thing I want to talk about is there are 4 teams that have not been to the AFC Championship or the NFC Championship this century. We're not talking about just a few years. We're talking about since 2000. Can you name them?
I got an idea, but I don't think I can name all 4.
Since 2000, I don't think the Lions have made it, have they?
Lions, Bills.
Lions made it in 2024.
Lions have.
Bills have made it in 2024 too. They lost to the Chiefs.
And 2020, we lost to the Chiefs.
So I said since 2000, these teams have not played in a conference championship at all.
No, I know. 49.
I forgot the Lions. They lost to San Francisco. Yeah.
There are 4 teams that have not. No, there are 4 teams that have not been in a conference championship.
Oh, conference championship.
The Vikings?
Nope. They did that in 2018. Remember against the Saints, or not the Saints, but the year before that.
Philly.
Cowboys.
Washington.
Wait, let me finish. Okay, the Cowboys haven't been in since '96.
Mm-hmm. Boom, there's one.
And they're the only NFC team on the list that has not been in a conference championship.
Washington?
Jets?
No, it's Jets. Who said Jets? Very good. Very good.
Yes.
No, the Jets made it back-to-back with Rex Ryan in 2009.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
so good point.
And the Giants made it because otherwise they wouldn't have beat Tom Brady twice since 2000.
Yep. The Chargers.
Washington? Redskins?
The Chargers made it because they went to a Super Bowl.
No, they lost to Philadelphia in 2024, Megan, against in Philly.
Okay. Yeah, you got to keep reminding me.
So you say it's only
AFC is all that's left.
Teams. Okay.
One of them. Nope, the Cardinals made it.
Miami.
They made it with Miami. Miami hasn't been to the conference championship since Dan Marino.
Yep.
Oh, good Lord, that long?
1994, his last year.
Damn.
Speaking of Dan Marino, is Drake May going to be the next Dan Marino? But
not
in a good way. Can I tell you, not in a good way. You know why?
I know it's never a good thing to hear that. But yeah, I get it.
No, I get to, you know why? Because Marino went to the Super Bowl in his second year. never went back after that and he lost. That could happen to Drake May.
Marino was there when I had hair too, there, MDE. Cleveland, 100%. They have not been there since 91.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
When they
man.
before they became, that was the old
No,
Cleveland Browns.
no,
before
that was
they became the Ravens.
in
Because
'91.
the
That was
expansion team. If you count the expansion team, they haven't made it at all. In
that was
'99
John Elway. That was John Elway that played Cleveland the last time they were in the conference championship, and John Elway beat them with the drive.
No, they still haven't been there in this century. And the other one is an expansion team in the AFC. That's all I got to say.
That Cleveland Browns, yeah.
No. The last one is a true expansion team, never been in existence.
It ain't the Jaguars.
Nope.
Not Tampa. It's not Tampa because they've been in.
AFC. That's an NFC team.
Oh, NFC. Sorry, my mistake.
The only
Nope, Titans have made it because they made it with Derrick Henry and lost. I think that was back in 2020.
All right, what I said about Midri, JB, who is it?
Houston,
yes.
The Texans.
Yeah. Of course.
The last time they were in a conference championship, they were the Oilers.
Yeah. Yeah. And the greatest mistake they ever made was giving Seattle Steve Largent. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Steve Largent was great in the '70s.
Steve Largent is on 3/4 of my jersey collection of the '68 I own.
Hey, he never celebrated. He just gave the ball to the ref, act like you've been there. That's what Steve Largent did.
Steve Largent gave it to the commentator.
Okay. So give me one parting shot about your team, Nick, whether it's this sport or another. Is there anything you want to say about the teams in Detroit?
Well, I do hope we draft Logan Jones like you want.
All right. MDE, parting shot.
So on purpose, because I had to come on here, first of all, let me just say I won't do a Jamie 20-minute outro, but I will say, Jamie, no disrespect, but I wore on purpose a Red Wings jersey.
Oh, it sucks to be. Oh, excuse me.
Because let's go Wings, let's go. This is the year. Listen, this Olympic break is going to serve this young team well. They got enough veteran leadership. They're going to know how to bond together. They're going to make a push. And I'm telling you, they got the goaltending with Gibson this year. I'm telling you, this team is going to win the Stanley Cup. You can bet it right now at 20-1. Go ahead. Do it. Make some money, right? Yep. So that's my thing. But football-wise, the Lions, Megan, love you. I will never bet against Nostradamus again. That guy right there. I won't. But Megan, the Lions will beat the Seahawks, the Sea Hags, in Super Bowl 61's conference championship, and they will be doing a celebratory parade in downtown Detroit. And me and Jeremy will be right there, right next to each other, and I will be buying him and Nick and anybody else that wants to join us all the beer they can drink. That's my prediction. Let's effing go Lions.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting you say that, my friend, because we've already won a Super Bowl in the Niners' backyard. We go back to back at SoFi next year. So what dream is this happening? Because I have the Seahawks going back to back in our two rivals' backyard.
Because I saw the script.
Yeah. I've seen the script too, and there's Seahawks Kelly Green. Yeah, there is. The one I saw has just a very slight line of Kelly Green and blue.
Is it the same script that says the NFL is rigged?
Yes, that's that one.
Okay. But I'm just gonna say, we got called the Buzzards by a Rams fan in another chat, and it was meant as an insult, but it came true because screw me. We absolutely feasted on the bones and carcasses of every team except 3. And I can't wait to play. So, say what you will, but bet on it. Seahawks take 61 back-to-back in SoFi this time next year.
But anyways, I think the Pats will be back. I think they'll be a wild card. I don't think they win the division again next
First
year.
place schedule, though.
That's exactly why I said that. Because
my God. That's all.
and that's exactly why I said that. And that's the same with the Bears. And I'm not saying they're a bad team, but with that defense, if it isn't improved greatly, I see at max a 10-win season next year.
Maybe 1 and done in the playoffs for me, but yeah, 10. I'm with you, JB.
And that's because the offense is that good.
The reason why I said the Patriots don't make it is because look at, like I said, the last 2 Super Bowl runner-ups from 2020, the 49ers and the Chiefs missed the playoffs the following year.
Well, here,
That's why I said the Pats are not going to make it. It would be the 3rd year in a row that happened.
Yeah, and I just think they got something brewing there with Vrabel and the coaches there. They didn't have a lot of turnover. They got that consistency. So that's where I'm at with the Patriots. I still think they're good enough to be a second-place team because I don't think the Dolphins are getting out of the basement anytime soon, nor are the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but, go Hawks.
David, give me a parting shot about the Bears.
I'm gonna give a parting shot about Chicago sports in general. Since we're leaving football, I'll talk football on the very last thing. Number 1, I want to know what direction the Bulls are going in because they sure as fuck don't know.
They don't.
Number 2,
I agree.
Number two, and I see all these predictions about a great White Sox season, and I'm like, where do you people see this at? Because I don't. I don't see where we have a team that's better than our AAA affiliate. Okay, I really don't. The Cubs. I'm sorry, I'm a Chicago sports fan, so the Cubs actually look decent. Alex Bregman, big signing. Let's see what happens. Fortunately enough for Cubs fans, Cubs GM seems to actually think that you can actually spend money and buy a team and get players, where the White Sox think, oh, let's like get our best players, make them fucking stars, and then ship them off. See you fucking later. Thanks a lot. Bye. It's like, really? Come on. They just did this with Louis Robert.
Did they also do that with Abreu? Jose Abreu?
Yeah, they did that with Abreu. They did that with Jose Abreu. They did that with Chris Soleil. Dylan Covey. That's just the amount of pitching the White Sox have had run through our system in the last 5 years is embarrassing that we don't have any of them left. And now finally the Bears. If the Bears can shore up their defense, and I'm talking the front 4, maybe even the front 7. But,
because the injuries to Edwards and the other linebacker that you had off and off the field all year, it hurt. It made it rough. You have nobody opposite Montez Sweat. That's why he only got 10 sacks.
God, no. That's why he only got 10 sacks. Well, no, see, that's the other thing, though. Austin Booker continues to develop. I love fucking Austin Booker.
But so far, I still say until he gets to that full-time potential, he's a rotational player. You guys need a 3-down guy opposite Montez Sweat.
And we need defensive tackles.
Yeah, Dexter is good. The other guys are just okay.
And the great thing, and this is pointed out, and I love this. Offensively, we don't have anything to fucking worry about at all.
You just got to replace the guard that you signed to a 1-year deal. Was that Jonah Jackson, right?
Jonah Jackson, he'll get re-signed. I'm not worried about it. We signed Tooney to a 2-year deal. That's how come we picked him up.
Right, I know you did that with Tooney. Is your center on a 2-year deal?
Dahlman's on a 3. Gumman's on a 3-year deal, dude. So yeah, it's
Okay,
it's
good.
nice to sit. It's nice to sit
Offensively,
and, you know.
the only thing you got to worry about is the rumblings that I've heard through other Chicago podcasters, and I'm not even talking about the ones on our network, because I pay attention to everybody when I'm not doing my job, which is selling tires or doing this or writing my articles. I watch other teams' podcasters because I want to see the rumors and what they're actually saying. And there's some grumblings that DJ Moore might want out
If DJ
from
Moore
your
wants out,
podcast. And I don't
if
think it's
DJ
that
Moore
bad of a
wants
deal
out,
if he
then
wants out.
if he wants out, then let's swing for that proverbial fence and offer him to fucking Vegas or Cleveland.
Well, it's weird because all these people report that Max Crosby says this and Max Crosby says that, but he goes on Colin Cowherd and says, I haven't talked to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just trying to get healthy and back on the field. It's
Well,
weird
that's
that's what you hear when he's in front of the camera, but every time he's off camera, oh, well, Max Crosby says he wants out of Vegas. He told
Yeah.
Tom Brady he
Well,
wants out of Vegas. And then
and Myles Garrett said the same thing before he got signed.
when I posted my draft profiles that I put onto the NFL Huddle or our NFC North Huddle page, have you looked at them at all, David?
No, I don't think I've been able to see him, dude.
Okay, because I have had them on there. Go ahead, read through them because yours truly found out Sunday, just before the Super Bowl, I am going to the scouting combine as a member of the
Nice.
media, and they're
Nice.
working on getting my credentials to go to Pittsburgh for the draft.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
well
Good job, bro.
Well done. So proud, brother. So proud.
Yeah,
Hey,
Good job, bro.
Jeremy, can I just take a minute to show in that chat we're talking about Steve Largent and Jim Thorne, my two favorite Seahawks.
Yeah.
This is the throwback helmet I was talking about. So this is our Ring of Honor. Oh, there's a couple missing. So there's Largent. Where is it? There's Largent there. And Jim Zorn right there.
Yeah, Jim Zorn always has a big flowing type of
yeah. He's got the
signature.
big signature, and there's
Barry Sanders, all you can read is the B and the S.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
no, I know I know it's Jim. Hang on. I know it's Jim Zorn because he has a Bible quote. I got Len Barney from the line.
Does he do the B and then like a line or something, dude?
Yeah, you see the B, a line, and then like a jagged down for the Y, and then you see the S, and it looks like kind of an A, and the D, and then the R.
And there's Len Barney. I think is his name, Barney.
Yes, that is why I know what's going on with other teams. I also read the NFL Roundtable posts that they do twice a day, once at 11 a.m. and once at 4 p.m. to get the NFL news. That way I get the latest update. During the season, when we're doing the pick'ems, I actually read off the injury report.
Yes.
And that way I can actually give better predictions than most. That's why I went 196 and 80 in my pick'ems.
I got third place in fantasy with JSN taken as the number one pick in our draft. Just saying.
I don't have enough time to talk football with you, Jeremy.
And this right here is a famous USC guy that plays for the Lions. That is ARSB, as in Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, the Sun God.
Yes.
The Sun God. I love him on. But there you go, Jeremy.
USC,
Len Barney.
USC.
And congrats to Sam Darnold. And he was the first for three things. There have been 26 quarterbacks drafted out of USC, and he's the first one to start a Super Bowl, the first one to win a Super Bowl, and he's also the first ginger quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Ginger Jesus, God bless that man, Ginger freaking Jesus.
That being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in here and talking football with this old man, because it is a honor and a blessing to do so. Uh, Going into my 5th year of doing it now, the 4th anniversary has passed us by. We're sitting here at 2030 something episodes of this show, and I am honored, humbled, and so grateful that people come and talk football with me in the chat, like Paul, Patty, MDE, Megan, Jamie, David, and Nick. I love talking ball, and I speak about it because I only played in high school. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even good. I'm not saying that, but I love the sport. You know what I was always able to do is actually play Madden with the cap on and understand the cap.
Yep.
I never turned it off. I made my trades. I didn't do the clear cap every year. If I had a down year because I had no cap room, guess what? I had a down year because I had no cap room.
Same.
If you can't do it the way the NFL does it, then don't try it. There's no sense, unless you're doing a pool and you want to make that your Super Bowl thing or your fantasy football thing. I did that one year where 8 of us guys, we took control of 8 franchises and we put all the players into a pool and did a fantasy draft.
Yep, done that
Now
too.
that was a blast, because what we did was first place got 60%, then 30% went to second place, and then the last place in each division, if there was any of the guys there, they got a share of that last 10%.
Oh, nice. So peanuts on the dollar for the last place, was it?
Yes. But Megan, tell everybody where they can find you.
So you can find me, as Jeremy said, on the Hawk's Nest. Brandon Kane is our host. I am the head mod. I don't take crap, but you're always welcome. As Jeremy will tell you, he appeared. And I'm on all socials, just personally, the Aussie 12 or Aussie 12 or variations on that theme. Yep, love to chat to you. And Jeremy will hopefully see you in the next few days if possible, and I'll let Brandon know that you're happy to have a chat with him when we play you again. So yep.
100%. Nick, tell everybody where they can find you.
Facebook.
I love it. All right. MDE, Michael Denton Edwards. I know that you write stuff for Let's Talk Sports page, also occasionally on Bottom Line Sports. What else do you do out there?
So I stopped writing, and I just, you know what? I'm just chilling. Like, I just follow SJB and the Kneecappers Monday through Friday, and I promote and I'm sharing with everybody I know. Like, there was an old lady from Kentucky, 89 years old, came in Dollywood today, wanting to buy tickets to the Stampede, and I'm like, "Hey, do you like the Lions?" And she didn't, but that's okay. But I'm trying. And anybody I can get. Anybody I can get. But in all seriousness, listen, y'all, I only joined this show because I lost a bet. I used to do podcasts. I used to do radio shows, and I swore I'd never do one again. But this man right here, SJB, brother, I got your back, and I'll do anything you ever ask me anytime.
Motown Mitch, it's been a minute. It is good to see you, brother. Glad to see you back.
And you got Mr. Smoking Jeremy B. You got the full title because of those credentials, brother. I'm just saying.
I love it. I love the fact that I got credentialed for
I'm so proud of you,
NFL event.
No,
and I hope I get credentialed for the draft as well. Now, David, go ahead and shout yourself out.
Now,
so
me,
proud.
I'm a big time sports fan that has knowledge of all sports, and ain't just football. I love basketball, I love baseball, love hockey, I love sports in general. I love to do shows like this where people actually have knowledge and they're not just shouting out trash talk bullshit. And you don't, you know, you're not shouting over somebody else. You know, that's the best chats are chats that have moderation like this. So, if anybody ever wants me to come on a show, just send me a link, man. I'm always up to go on shows.
Yeah.
There's nothing I like more than talking to people, because that's what I'm a people person first and foremost.
Amen.
I always have been.
Amen.
So
All right, JB, sorry to interrupt, Dave, but it's 3 p.m. here and I have to drop because I haven't eaten all day. So thanks
you
for having
better
me,
go
guys.
eat 3
Thanks for
p.m.
being
in
here.
Australia.
We appreciate you.
Hey,
Thank
Megan,
you.
Bye,
you have a
Megan.
good night or day.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats.
I will.
Congrats, Seahawks.
Thank you. Talk soon.
Yep, go Seahawks.
Jamie,
Right.
for the second longest outro in podcasting history. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Jerry B. You guys can find me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat One, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also Jamie Millett, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on Twitter X. You can also follow me in the fourthball.com. I write about all sports. You guys can also follow me on Driving to the Top Productions. Starting when baseball season starts every Tuesday night at 8:00 p.m. Joe Dalio and I will be doing season 3 of the Subway Sports Conversation Room.
What's it
As
called?
I'm a Yankees fan, he's a Mets fan.
Oh
we
God,
we talk baseball. Yeah, I know, David. Think
You
about
poor
that.
guy.
Crazy.
you poor
Yeah.
guy.
But
You poor guy.
But anyway, and then every Tuesday night at 8:00 p.m. or 9:00 p.m., you can also find me in Drive to the Top Productions with Jeremy, Adam, and Ken and all those guys that for Open Sports Night. I haven't been on in recently, but I'll try to come on next week. I've been busy with things, and then every Wednesday night here, I'm also available at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. On the Huddle Sports Network for NFL Roundtable Talks, where me, Jeremy, Ken, and all the crew here just talk nonstop NFL news. And then starting on March 27th, Friday, whatever, me, Jeremy, Adam, and Marcus will be doing our third season of the UFL show, and it's going to be interesting, guys. New teams, new markets, new visitors to the Micropoli. We have 2 new interesting rules changes that we're going to be talking about in the UFL. They may be gimmicky, but hey, Rapoli wants more scoring in the game. He kind of wants it like an outdoor version of the Arena League, and he thinks more high-scoring games may help guys translate to the NFL better. So we'll see.
I think I read that they said something about anything over a 60-yard field goal is going to be 4 points now.
Yep, and no punting beyond the 50-yard line. You have to go for it. Dan Campbell would like that.
Yeah. All right, and
So
keep going.
basically, Canadian football rules.
Yep, and then
Almost.
for thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and ring the bell for notifications. And for more for more of the latest NFL news on the Huddle Sports Network, and NFL Roundtable Talks, you can find us on Roku TV, Amazon TV, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. From all of us here at the NFL Roundtable Talks, or for all of us here on the Huddle Sports Network, I'm Jamie Lloyd. This has been another episode of the NFL Roundtable Talks here on the Huddle Sports Network. Have a good night, see you next week, folks. Have a good night.
And as always, you can find me right here on my YouTube channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, where I'm driving for that 1,000. I'm getting closer, over 630 as of tonight, gained a couple more. I appreciate every single one of you that share me out there, that promote me, MDE, Nick, Jamie, David, I appreciate your input as well. I also want to say I love writing about these football teams. I've been passionate for 4 straight seasons about the Lions, and toward the end, 2 weeks before the season gets over, I get contacted by Roundtable.io, and I get asked to take over writing about the Jags and the Bucks. Granted, none of us ended where we wanted to this season for all three teams. Jags didn't want to be a first round exit. Lions didn't want to be sitting and going to Cancun before the playoffs even started. And the Bucks ended up in the same boat because let's face it, after they played the Lions, they totally shit the bed all season. But because I write for three teams, because I have this podcast with an NFL based broadcast that I do the way I do it, that is why I'm credentialed. That is why I'm getting these recognitions. It's not just the show, it's not just the writing, it's the whole body of work combined. And the fact that we're on the Huddle Network, I appreciate each one of you that come into the chat and talk with me and ask questions and drive the topics. And you know what else I got to say? Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. If you do not change yourself, you cannot change the world. Peace, love, and chicken grease, and we are out. See you tomorrow at noon.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.